So
Zimbabwe will have to thank Clive Madande. But before we come to the Zimbabwe innings, let's welcome back one of the Eagles. Nikhil is back.
Only Eagle has landed from that.
The Eagles have landed back. The Eagles have come home to roost.
It's, to come live from a nice air-conditioned studio. Now I realize the worth of it. From the, I don't want to use the word that came to my mind. From the, from outdoors.
Outdoors, yeah.
Outdoors is not that easy.
But give it time.
Firstly, I can't hear sometime, the audio because there's ambience noise. I can't hear you guys clearly. Even if I can, then signal goes away. In the middle, there are lots of WhatsApps coming from TV guys.
I had highlighted this with Nikhil when he was in Barbados first time, but then still he said, no. He didn't put the AC on when the car was there. He had to put the AC on for the first time in Barbados, right? When you're going in the taxi, it was that hot.
Yeah, AC though was on every time.
But
AC was on, it was so hot. There it was 34, 35. But I'll tell you, it is hotter than Delhi's 40 because Delhi has pollution.
It is.
So you don't feel the real sun rays.
No, any temperature that is in excess
the intensity of it.
Yeah, any temperature that's over 35, 36 in Europe, US, you feel it's 45, 46.
And the other thing is, which of course is down to the pollution, the sun pinches you.
Yes,
Here
you
it
burn.
It pinches you. Like there is a
pinch.
There's like a burning sensation.
You feel that even in Australia and New Zealand also.
Correct. Anywhere outside India, you
Cleaner air basically.
Anywhere not outside India, anywhere outside the Indian subcontinent.
No, but I think Australia and New Zealand is far more dangerous.
Correct, because there's that ozone
hole.
Yeah.
And you have to have a particular sunscreen that you have to wear, otherwise you get...
Where? I think it's the Netherlands, right? Where they've started, they've put dispensers now for sunscreen.
Yeah, must.
Yeah.
I think it's in Netherlands that you have sunscreen
but
dispensers.
there in the Caribbean though is really hot.
It is.
Really hot. But the worst in the heat was the travel. 24
hours.
No, because you were moving from one place to another with a gap of one day.
One day.
The game that was St. Lucia was India-Australia. So I reached the ground when Rohit was on 50. Already he was on 50, but I got to see from 50 to 90. Like, so how I reached in the sense, we landed in St. Lucia when the match just started. By the time I reached the ground from the airport, he had crossed 50.
This is when your flight got cancelled, right?
Yeah.
And you had to figure out.
And so imagine it gets done, that game gets done. After the game is done, we go to the airport, which is a different airport in St. Lucia, which is 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And from there, fly to Guyana. And then when you reach Guyana also, we didn't have a visa, so that took us 2 hours. They had said that all other visas will work, but Guyana refused to accept it. They said you have to apply again. 3 hours there. We went out at 2 o'clock outside Guyana. They scared us, the guys there, don't stand out. So why? No, somebody can steal your stuff, so be inside the airport. So I said, where do we take a taxi? So I said, we'll call for the taxi, the security said. Be inside the airport, don't stand out, we'll call for taxi. Then they got one taxi, amazing guy. And in the taxi, he already taken one more passenger. We were 3, so 4 of us he stuck. And the taxi, we opened the boot to put saman. He had some 50 shock absorbers of some bike put there. So I said, where's the space? Put it on your lap. So there are already 4 people inside. Put the luggage also on the lap. We sat.
So let me just
was going like this. Like even mild things, it was going. And that guy would not stop talking. Very knowledgeable cricket fan.
So let me clarify. This is Guyana or Johannesburg they're talking about, because
Guyana. Guyana is, by the way, the fastest growing economy in the world.
Yep.
But it is anything like that. It is, I'm sorry to say, but the poorest of probably the poorest country I've been to. You can clearly see that.
It is also in the midst of a war also.
War?
Venezuela. There is a border tussle going on between Guyana and Venezuela. Yep.
But anyway, we were away from the Venezuela border. We are in Georgetown.
Much further inland.
But the thing is, I spoke to a few taxi guys. Like, you're the fastest growing economy in the world. Well, so the money. Then for the first time, I felt that we are not alone. So the money goes to the politicians. The top level politicians take all the money, and then money is going to US because Exxon has taken over.
Exxon, yep.
Did then tell him, hold my baggage?
No. When he told me the stories, then probably I would have to be.
Was an Indian origin guy?
Indian origin. Yeah, 50% of
Yeah,
Ghana
it is,
Indian
it is,
origin.
yep.
I met the Prime Minister of
Ah,
Ghana. I didn't know. We went for a dinner and it was a dinner for Mr. Gavaskar. Then he was kind enough to invite us. We went and we thought there was just a diplomat who we met. And then another gentleman came. He said, meet Mr. I've forgotten his name.
yeah.
I shook hands. He shook hands with Fuhai. Went and sat. Then there was an announcement. He said, we'd like to welcome His Excellency the Prime Minister. I just met the Prime Minister.
You know, a similar thing happened to me in Sri Lanka when I was watching the Royal Tomian encounter.
Yes, Mr.
Mark Phillips.
Yes, he was there. He's a Prime Minister. And it's not even a Prime Minister of, I had met Prime Minister of St. Kitts Funds who came and sat in the press box. But that's a Prime Minister of a population of 50,000 people. Guyana is anything like that. Guyana is a big country. It is the size of
You may say it is the size of.
should be Pakistan or around that size, or maybe
Yeah, it's quite
big
huge.
country. And it's the only Caribbean country that's not an island, no?
Yeah.
It's part of South America.
South America, the mainland.
So that's why it's got Venezuela as one border. It's got Brazil on.
Brazil, the Amazon rainforest, that border is
So the thing is, they organized a nice trip to the Amazon rainforest, which is a 4-hour drive. Every journalist went, but for me and Vikrant, because we were like dead. We said, cannot get up, can't come out. Half a day at least we'll sleep.
Yeah.
You guys go. So everyone went. The which was organized. So then they came and made us feel jealous. Amazing waterfall. The highest, I didn't know, the highest waterfall, like in terms of fall, is in the Amazon forest in Guyana.
Guyana, yep.
It's higher than Victoria, it's higher than Niagara. Niagara and all are bigger in terms of...
But Amazon rainforest, that one is the longest.
The height from the fall is the highest in the world.
Yeah, it is.
Amazing. They showed us visuals, which I really enjoyed, but seriously didn't have the energy to spend one day doing a trip to Amazon. Anyway, unlike most of my other friends, they didn't have digital or anything. Match just started because anyway I didn't want to talk about that. Honestly, the travesty is you have come covering an amazing World Cup, amazing competitive matches. Since I've entered office, I met Shams Tahir Khan and he hugged me and said, amazing, we enjoyed your coverage, watch it. What close games. Then I met a gentleman, the pantry staff guy.
Yes.
He fell on my feet. I said, "अरे मैंने थोड़ी कुछ किया है विक्ट्री वो तो इंडिया ने जीता नहीं सर 4 वर्ल्ड कप देखे मैं रोया हूँ ये जीत गए तो you feel how much
the one that we find over here
Oh, who greets us Jai Shri Ram, that guy. Yeah.
So but he because one World Cup he fainted.
Yes, that was 2011.
2019 when India lost the semis.
Oh yeah.
He fainted.
Yeah.
He had to be taken to hospital. He got such a sadma. Actually he fainted.
Yes.
The match was being shown here in the giant screen, and when India lost, he fainted. He had to be taken. So and
Abhishek is out on debut first. duck for Abhishek.
You gonna make a game out of this?
Don't tell me.
No. Ashish,
let this not be the South Africa versus Sri Lanka match.
Oh no, that was South Africa Nepal. Please let that not be the one. Yeah, Ashish Darya, welcome our ROCO of sports today, Nikhil and Vikrant.
Only me and you among panel believed in Virat opening. Yeah, they were all doubting him. Though he did not have a World Cup as high as a standard. But I'll tell you one thing, that's what I say. See, you can have a good World Cup, you can have a bad World Cup. But what I liked about Virat in this World Cup was that he played for the team.
Yes.
It's very easy for a star like him to say, to hell with your template here. I'll play with my template, I'll get my runs. And of course, when I get runs, it will help you. I'm not saying that he'll say, I'll get runs to flop, but he'll get runs to. But see, he sacrifices wicket every time.
Yep.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. And this, of course, we'll talk about now. So there is so much of time now for us to talk. That he could do it for RCB, but it didn't quite come out.
No. But
it
RCB,
didn't quite.
No. In RCB also, see, the RCB is still a top order heavy batting line. If you see RCB, there are lots of matches in RCB. We've had debate where you said no slow 50.
Yes,
remember?
yes.
You had that.
That SRH
He
encounter.
could not afford to do that. In RCB, there was no plan as such for him to be batting this way or anyone asking him to be batting like that. He could change gears whenever he wanted to. Here he was not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
He was told that whatever. See, the thing is, it's not that he's not an aggressive batter. For RCB, he also does. But the thing is, RCB allows him that luxury
Some more
to
cushion.
take a call it himself. Let's say it's a pitch where he's going well, he can. Let's say it's not. He's allowed to take his time, can have a few quiet overs, then accelerate later. He's allowed that luxury. Here he was not allowed.
Even in IPL, my point being, you saw some sort of a change in Virat Kohli this time also.
Correct.
Because there was an
Yes.
uptick in his strike rate. It's no coincidence that it happened right before the World Cup, because it was the need of the national team also.
Yeah, but you see, in that also, if you see, his strike rate kind of changed towards the latter half of IPL more than the first half. If you remember how he started off the IPL, I clearly remember this is a debate we used to keep having every day. That, oh, see again, this is the problem. And then when he came and spoke about it, remember, it became a controversy. And from there, he just sticked on. When commentators started criticizing him, it became an issue. I think they may have played. Also, I think where RCB were in the points table, they had nothing to lose, and from there on decided, let me play just one way. It changed. But here the thing is that the Indian team pretty much had said, and also the other thing is when you're seeing a Rohit play the way he is, who was also frustrating you before the game against Australia.
Yep.
Before that, even he was frustrating you because he would hit 3-4s in a over and then get out the next one.
Yes. Yeah.
So you were like, but the thing is that I'm sure Virat also knowing this, that see, he's the captain. He's same seniority level as me, and right now maybe even more senior because of the captaincy band that he has. And if he is ready to play this way, there is no reason. And I think, which is why he mentioned Rahul Dravid later. I think Rahul Dravid also played a role in trying and reminding everyone what their role was. And then they had to play. And maybe this conversation happened much before even this World Cup started. Because you remember when they came and there was this whole thing that Rohit and Virat are going to play this World Cup. I'm sure because you hear Rahul Dravid saying that, see, this is not an immediate thing, we started planning for it 2 years ago. So I'm sure they were told that, listen, the one way you can come is that we have to change the way we play. Though I say, which may be controversial, India once again almost made the same mistake that they made throughout the tournament, that on the day of the final, they again went back to that template.
Yes.
And I'm not blaming, I see right now everything looks good. Virat's knock looks good. In fact, if he hadn't got that 70 odd, maybe he would have ended up.
It was a knock of two halves, 50-48, 26-11.
But again, that's the point. Had he not got those, 26 of those 10 or 11 balls,
Yeah.
it would have been different.
No, I'm
obviously.
saying even that taken into account. See, even that if I take into account, that has been India's template. See, forget this World Cup, previously, exactly how they would play. Where they would, consolidate if they lose a wicket and then eventually have that burst also in the end. But what that resulted in, because you did not have the burst in the middle over, would always result in you being 20 runs below par, which you were on the final day also. Exactly. My point is that I agree that Virat at that time had to play a runner ball, because but see, this is what you were not doing earlier. There were other games where you had lost 3 wickets, yet you kept attacking.
But
I just wonder
why did they have to why did Virat have to play that runner ball innings, knowing that India already had those 8 batters in their ranks?
Yeah,
that's the point.
Yeah,
and I wonder how many times.
You shouldn't have.
I
absolutely.
wonder how many times a knock will not be looked at the way the present Virat Kohli knock is being looked at. When in a T20 match, a batter, no matter how many runs he scores, gets away having not scored a boundary for 37 balls.
Exactly.
In T20 cricket, I think there's not too many players or too many innings that will be pardoned, let's say.
If India had lost it, if India had lost that game, it would have been a completely different way we looked at it.
Yes.
All's well that ends well. So it just worked out in India's favor. Now it will be hailed as the greatest. But honestly, again, I don't even want to look at it from Virat's point of view. The fact that India went back to playing safe cricket.
Yes.
Even though 3 wickets had fallen, but you kept talking about it. It doesn't matter how many wickets fall. We'll keep attacking, because in a game of 8 batters, somebody is going to clip.
Absolutely.
And by the way, to be fair, you actually underutilize your batting in the final.
Yes.
Your assault, instead of starting where it did, could have started 4 overs earlier.
It should have started around the 15th over mark.
And if you remember,
maybe even earlier.
14th for sure. Yes, because I remember it was when Virat was still nearing his 50, I remember, and I think it was 13.4. Yes, 13.4 it was. That you'd done enough consolidation. Whatever had to have happened. But then you waited till the 17th over for that final flourish to happen.
So there are two more points that I would say. One was even in the semi-final also they came a phase during 14th over till the 17th over. India went back to their shell, wherein they could not really accelerate.
That I'd still agree. I'll tell you
but
why.
later, they made up for it.
No, but see, I'm saying that game, I'll tell you, that game India were always ahead.
Yeah.
Even
Exactly.
by 14. Why? Because you were playing on a very different pitch. That was a tricky pitch, double pace pitch. You remember when we did the mid show, I told you they've got 20 more because you could see the pitch and you knew that it was tough. So on that occasion, even if you went in the shell for 3 overs, you knew that you were already ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
The final, you got a good pitch. On that situation, you were always behind the curve and you made up and just about made a par total, which on any other day, if Klaasen hadn't gotten out to that delivery, they were finishing it off 10 balls before.
Yes.
And I wouldn't have blamed Indian bowlers. I would have actually blamed Indian batters because they gave them 20 runs less. That was your aim, that on big day, so don't just look at total number of runs. In Guyana, you got 20 plus than you should have got. In final, you got 20 less than you should have got. It's just that your bowlers in Bumrah and Arshdeep and Hardik just brought you back. And in fact, even in that final, you were kind of, I still felt that you slowed down in that phase from over 5 to 15. You still looked decent primarily because of Akshar.
Exactly.
Yes,
That was something
it
I
is
was
that
not-
dog that needs to be hailed.
That 47 of
47 of, yes.
was one of the best individual contributions by an Indian batter in the World Cup.
So what you needed actually at that phase for both batters to be batting like that.
Exactly.
That same pace.
Because you
And you would
already
have gotten
batting
those 20,
credit.
25
That
runs
is
you're
the point.
talking about then.
Yeah.
Maybe, and Akshar is not getting that credit. Maybe what allowed.
No, he is.
Maybe. I'm
He
just
has
saying,
to be the MVP
exactly.
of this World Cup.
I'm just saying.
Three clutch moments.
He and Hardik.
Yeah.
Three clutch moments from
Because
Akshar.
what allowed Virat to play the way that he was, that there was somebody on the other end doing the tougher
Yes.
job. Now T20 cricket, let's be honest, what's the tougher thing to do? Hold one end or score from the other end when the calling is tough.
See,
Conditions were tough.
And even in case of Akshar, let's just not forget the Pakistan game also. That
Of course.
20 over
yes.
he was promoted.
Even Hardik.
And that 16th over against Imad Wasim.
Imad, and not just that, the catch that he took of Mitchell Marsh at St. Lucia.
Travis and Marsh were taking it
Three
away.
clutch moments.
Exactly.
And the second Eagles
Aye,
also.
sir, aye, aye,
About
aye,
the
aye.
match.
Come.
I have not.
आपको याद कर रहे हैं ईगल्स आ गए आओ
The Eagles have
back.
landed.
Eagles are back.
And real bad. हमने बात ही नहीं की इस मैच की.
Harshit, you can come here.
नहीं,
We'll
नहीं,
share the
नहीं,
match.
अच्छा, I have to get the
बैठो,
bills. These are all the bills he has got.
Wow.
हाँ जी
In a Gucci
मेरे
bag.
तो बहुत ज़्यादा bills हैं. Nothing.
पता क्या मैं आई रिमेम्बर टैक्सी वाले आई यूज्ड टू गिव यू या
I
या
have.
ले लेना इससे
I have.
वो ले लेना इससे
But इतनी भी नहीं. I have about 7, 8. That's good enough.
या कैन बी मल्टीप्लाइड बोर्डिंग कार्ड्स
Boarding cards. I've
द
got.
मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वन
Yes.
I have got
बस ठीक है
2.
हाँ मतलब बट वो वन विल राइट ना
Yeah.
द प्राइस इज फॉर टू
Yeah.
द प्राइस ऑन दैट वन इज फॉर द टू ना
2. अच्छा. No, we didn't talk about this match. I was saying, look at the downfall. We have come from a World Cup where we had such exciting games, and now we are being not forced, but we are to be watching this cricket with this Zimbabwe
No,
team.
but for somebody like Abhishek, for somebody like
हाँ,
Riyan
okay.
Parag,
Even
and
Shubman.
all- नहीं शुभमन तो चलो is हाँ मतलब for
But
him
he-
the opportunity is to
captaincy-
lead the
But he was dropped last time. That's
हाँ,
if we
but
just trace
that-
back.
you know he will still play for India. Dhruv Jurel's played for India already.
Yeah.
You know somebody like Riyan Parag, somebody like Abhishek Sharma, for them to play for India the first time.
It is
है ना?
the ultimate trial that you're giving at this point in time. And yeah, captaincy credential also. Who knows? 2026.
Hey, he
No,
captained.
it is Hardik Pandya, yaar.
Or Surya.
2026 is Hardik Pandya. नहीं, नहीं, you can't have debate ना just because you need 2 or 3 names. It is Hardik Pandya.
See,
It has to be Hardik Pandya.
the fact that they designated him as vice captain. It was a
And his
giveaway.
performance.
Ah,
He
yeah.
was the captain when the two stalwarts weren't around for that whole year.
Yeah.
He was the one leading every time.
Yep.
He's there. I think the next, in fact, there will be no chance for a Surya or even a Bumrah because same, seniority. Next will only have to be a Gill or whatever that.
Yeah.
5 years
Yep.
younger.
Because
This generation can't have.
yeah, because now you're going to play 2 more, you want to play 8 T20Is now in this
3
period.
against Sri Lanka.
3 against
In
Sri
July,
Lanka in July, and then
3
this.
T20s and 3 ODIs.
3 ODIs.
Yeah, 3 ODIs.
Yes.
Which means that. I'll just call here. Service के लिए कार गई है तो. Hello.
So yeah, I mean, but actually it's a good time. This Indian batting will be a much better watch than the Zimbabwe batting.
Of course.
How many they lost 7 for 16 or something like that, for 16 runs, 7 down.
Yeah, I mean,
there
they
was
in the
70
middle
or
period they
40.
lost about.
After Sikandar Azhar,
Yeah.
Just
just
folded up.
About,
Bishnoi,
they-
94-9, na?
off spinner bowling
forgot-
like a leg spinner.
Yeah, they
but they can't
forgot.
figure him
About
out.
73 for 4 to 90 for 9, I guess.
90 for 9, yeah.
Should have figured
16 for 5. They lost 5 wickets for 16 runs. Yep. So leg spinner
They were
bowling like an
just
off
not
spinner.
willing to agree to the fact that he is an off spinner.
Yeah.
They kept playing for the leg. Kept playing for the leg spin.
Okay, quickly taking a few comments. Dex, I know what you are saying. Of course, I have tan real bad. Do you have a nuska?
Sunscreen.
D10.
नहीं अब
D10
sunscreen
नुस्खा.
अब क्या करेगी?
हाँ अब
तो-
क्या अब तो हो गया नुकसान.
You'll have to give me वो दादी जी के नुस्खे type होते हैं ना.
Multani mitti.
That takes the tan away.
Yeah, it does.
जैसे lemon juice and वो सब भी.
Yeah, it does.
Gone.
Oh,
Ruturaj.
Gone.
Oh,
friend.
one of the twin
15
towers.
for 2.
One of the twin towers has taken a wicket.
15 for 2. And let me, Sarat Chandra, welcome back. So I hope you are fresh as usual. I don't see Gill and Ruturaj in a team. If you want to change team, you don't need Gill or Ruturaj. They are good, but their play reminds me of Kohli and
Rahul.
I think it's a bit hard. By the way, Shubman, the IPL previous to that, he was the highest run getter.
890 runs, yeah.
But his strike rate was 180 or something. Yeah?
Yes.
It was
yes.
incredible. So don't club him also in that bracket. I think he can if he wants to turn it
Yep.
on. Abhishek averaged less than 20 in the 10 matches.
He played
has
Nishant Thakur Singh. Yeah, he did. He was mainly the SRH home bully. Was.
Mayank Malan, thank you for your comment. I can't read a lot of it with the language that
I
you have used. But yeah,
Ouch.
thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a great moment.
It's the United shirt, yeah, that makes him.
United
so
shirt
energetic.
I got, I was wearing, like on my travel day, I would wear, 2-3 people in the US went, oh, glory United. I said, I'm not a United fan. Why are you wearing a, said, that's a long story. They gifted me one, so I wear it.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, I have a soft corner because they were nice enough to gift me. But I'm not.
Played a
You guys
game there.
yeah, that's why. You guys have been watching the Euro. That was the other downside of traveling.
You couldn't
see
watch,
any football.
yeah.
I could not see any Copa, which I only realized that here also you can't see Copa.
You can't.
I went looking that day. I came. I said, "Oh, the Argentina quarters."
Ecuador.
Could not see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Messi
It
missed.
was not on TV. I'm opening every app possible.
On the same day, both Ronaldo and Messi.
Why is it not on TV?
But
No,
time
no,
zones.
The fan code to gets any
I know.
random some
West
thing
Indies
also. No, they even like some
Maharashtra
other
Premier League.
associate country league also they pick up.
Yeah.
Huh,
E10, T10,
They could have picked up a Copa. I'm
Maharaja
sure it would have
Premier
got better viewership. Unless, of course, it was very expensive to buy.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Maybe. Since, I mean, it's already a historic Copa. You're going to see an Argentina-Canada semi-final.
That's why I remember those good old days of Doordarshan.
Yeah.
At least big tournament, they would at least give you
Exactly.
the quarters, semis and finals.
Exactly.
Doordarshan, if you're listening, if nobody's bought Copa, that is for public consumption.
Yep.
And even if it means you are having to pay more than you can recover, private people won't do it. But you are a public broadcaster working on exchequers
Yes.
money, our taxes. So please, for our sake, provide us with semis and finals of Copa.
Copa.
At least
Yeah.
Euro we are sorted. It's sorted.
See, you could see a Brazil-Argentina repeat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even we'll be fine with the 5-minute delay that used to be on Doordarshan.
no,
That was
that-
also fine.
I know.
That's
Oof.
fine. So long as you just show live, it could be Messi's last international tournament.
I doubt. I think he's playing the World Cup.
Really? I don't think so. Or
See,
maybe if he does, I don't know.
He might.
But in case if it is, you never know. You get injured with that.
It was
age, you have to
Ronaldo's.
pull out last
I think it is Ronaldo's last. That's
Yeah,
happened.
he'll be
That's what's finished.
Yeah.
Portugal.
He'll be 41 by
Yep.
2026.
Germany apparently got robbed, but I argue they didn't get robbed. in that game versus Spain.
I saw that game.
No.
What do you say? Why did they say they got wrong?
I
The
wonder why.
handball.
I wonder why people say that Germany.
Kukureya,
No,
actually, the ball touches it, it should have been given a penalty.
No.
But I argued no. The rules say no, it can't be a penalty.
Exactly.
Because he was not taking.
The intention was to
Actually-
get the hand back.
To be fair, first half Spain should have scored 3. at
Yeah,
least.
Yeah.
They should have.
exactly.
Anyway, what a mouth-watering semi-final, Spain-France.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorites are at least there.
Yeah.
Their game, yeah. They've been.
Actually, what they played yesterday,
They've been bang
Spain
average this
hammered
whole
them.
time. In fact, I was looking at it, they still don't have a single goal scored from open play.
But on paper, they're the best team.
They are the best team,
without
yes,
doubt.
but
This
their
Euro-
game- Kylian Mbappe yesterday had, I think, 2 shots on target. So where there was some breath
And
of
that
fresh
two
air.
shots
let's say.
on targets were very docile shots.
One could have been, he didn't find the top corner, which he's looking for.
Docile,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
docile.
And
I am saying
Ousmane
this
Dembele
Euro-
did look, somebody on purpose over
Because he
there.
has
And
space.
He has space. He's got those quick legs as well. But
For me, this
otherwise-
Euro is called the Euro of own goals. There have been more own goals than individual players.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, so many own goals.
No TV pay.
I know.
Or even if there was TV, we didn't.
Today, one bated breath, I hope Switzerland does the world a favor
Against
and shuts off the
England.
noise pollution. Switzerland, England, I hope, please.
Yeah, even
dump them
England
out.
haven't been at the best.
What is this way of? Why does everyone hate England so much?
Again, they make too much noise without backing it up with good results. Sounds familiar?
From IPL.
By the way, I'll ask him a question also. Mr. Shekhar GTN is saying, "Welcome back, Neil sir. Good to see you safe and sound. And we're back in one piece. I couldn't meet you after India US, so I left for home. Oh,
New Jersey.
Okay. And then you announced a meetup in Times Square, but due to Russia, I couldn't come. But
Oh.
that's really sad, Shekhar. We had actually also planned to do another meetup at Times Square if India had won. We were going to do it, but as you know,
Hurricane.
the hurricane ensured that we came directly to India.
Otherwise, the plan was to go back to New York and then come
Yes.
from there, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I thought that I have a couple of cousins who stay there, and then I thought I'll spend a couple of days in New York because when we were there earlier, we saw Times Square, but that's the only thing. We saw the ground and Times Square, and the ground was like far away.
Yeah.
Where we took
Outskirts,
a train.
na?
Yeah, Long Island.
Nobody wants to talk about that ground.
Yeah, Long Island. They dismantled it very soon.
oh,
Yeah.
third wicket gone.
You couldn't go to Statue of Liberty, you didn't have the time.
No.
Hudson River, you couldn't
No,
cross the
no.
Hudson River.
We just went to the that too because there was a shoot close by. I just went to the Twin Tower Memorial.
Yeah, the memorial,
and all that.
9/11 memorial.
Yeah, so I just saw that from there. You could see from a corner
Yeah.
a Statue of Liberty, far away. But
You went to
could not
Wall
go.
Street?
No chance. I wanted to go to that Friends experience they have where you can go. None of that I could do. So I thought that when you're going back, we'll do that.
Yeah, but
then
the hurricane
everything changed,
spoiled all the
everything
plans.
changed. So our meet and greet also could not happen.
Yep.
Otherwise, we would have done it.
Ashish Dar, yeah, you're right. Masakadza family is fascinated with New Zealand. Hamilton, Wellington, there's also Shingarai.
Yeah.
New Zealand, by the way. That.
Oh, Sachin and Pep watching the Wimbledon together. So
Wow.
Pep,
There was also Pat.
Pep would not have any idea who Sachin is.
There was
knows
also
nothing about
Sachin,
cricket.
Pep, and Pat. Because even Cummins was there. In
Yeah,
the
Cummins
Yeah,
was
Pat was
there,
there.
yes.
You're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
True.
New Zealand. They brightened my day today, thank you. One part was done. The All Blacks defeated England today by 1 point.
Okay.
Anything that happens, if England loses, it's the best day of my life. As usual, too much noise, but backing up with very little.
I was thinking of you when India won the World Cup and Rohit Sharma now at par with MS Dhoni.
Yes. He is.
Why were you thinking about him?
Because he always disses MS Dhoni.
Oh.
But
There
as
is
far
nothing
as
great.
but
It's
Sid,
Day tomorrow, so that
Now-
would be
Done
nice to
nothing
him.
for India.
But
now
today-
shun,
today he's Thalapathy.
shun your bias. Shun your bias. Sid, in that one, in the debate we had yesterday, I said who's the better, Rohit or MS? I said MS is better because he laid the base.
And I said that you have to look at the backgrounds when
Exactly.
took over as
But then,
captain.
Siddharth, this could
there
change
is no
if India
clear
do well.
choice.
If India do well in the next 24 months, because Rohit's laid the base.
Yeah, for this generation, maybe. But then I think Indian cricket was in a deeper doldrum in 2007. You had lost in the league
Yeah.
stages here of the ODI World Cup. Your reputation was at an all-time low. Here you are reaching the knockouts. Okay, that heartbreak remained. But 2007 you had touched rock bottom. And it took, and you never expected you will do well in a format like T20 because you had played only one T20. prior to the 2007 match. That's why.
Oh boy, we could have a game on our hand.
Yeah. So the debutant, 2 of them have done pretty badly, 0 and 2.
So we'll say bye bye.
Yes.
And
Rinku.
catch you at the end of the game.
End of the game. Yep.
What if it's a thriller? Who knows?
Yes.
Then if it's a thriller, plenty to talk about.
Absolutely.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, Nandri. Subscribe to Sports Today.